Hey, and welcome back for another episode with the Techs-Mechs Colony Fiesta Pail. We're pretty much picking up where we left off at the end of last episode, but we're going to be making a couple small changes. We are going to be reforming our ideology and adding a new meme. That new meme is going to be Rancher. This will step up the difficulty a little bit, as you can see from the impact going up by 3 points. But it's going to unlock some new stuff for us. One of the required precepts is that ranching be central to our ideology, and that meat eating, no matter what, is incredibly important. We can make some changes here if we want, but, well, there's some changes that have to be made. Having a lot of animals is going to be really important to us. And we're going to have some bonuses, as listed out here. Animal product price improvement is going to go up 10%. Our plant work speed is going to go down some, but we're going to have improvements for taming, gathering from animals, butchery, and animal learning factors going to double. In addition to that, any kind of animal hospitality success is going to give us 2 additional points to continue developing our ideology. However, that does involve a new precept, meat eating. Right now it's mildly required. We can change this, but it does require that we eat meat. This also means that we're going to have issues where if we're growing any kind of food that is human consumable that's not related to animals, we're going to have some bad thoughts on it. But here we are. So we can go from there. That means we're going to go ahead and pause this. All this corn, we need to get rid of it. We need to plant something different besides corn here, and I think we're going to go back with more hay grass. Well, let's take a look and see what we're growing. We're growing hops, we're growing heel root, we have some cotton, we have some dye, which is needed for ideological changes here at the styling station. We don't do drugs, but we do need to get rid of these rice plants. We're just going to mark them all to be cut. And we do need to make sure we step up our hay production as well. So I think we're going to convert this out here from corn over to hay grass. And we go in here and mark this and mark it to be cut. We don't really want to harvest it. Some of it's already going to be harvested and it's going to give us some bad thoughts, but that'll be what it is. One way around this that we can work with, though, is that since we are transhumanists first, we don't mind eating nutrient paste. So we can get a little bit more efficiency out of the meat we do have, and since ranchers are allowed to also consume milk and eggs, this will work out pretty well for us. So I think what we're going to do here is make a couple changes real quick. We're going to go to production, and we're going to build ourselves a nutrient paste dispenser. And the nice thing about this is that we can just socket it into a wall and it'll automatically block off spaces. So let's start by marking some things for deconstruction. I'm just going to go ahead and mark all of these spaces. Actually, no. Because we could use the wall. No, we're going to use this here. And we're just going to toggle power on that one. So this is going to give us some options to go and build with here. It's going to shut this off, but that's okay. We're going to shrink this zone back just a little bit. So we're going to need these spaces here. Eventually somebody will get around to actually taking care of that for us. Once it's done, we will build our nutrient paste dispenser. We'll need to wire it in to some electronics. We're going to go ahead and mark the kitchen to be deconstructed, though, because there's nothing here we need to actually go with. Drag a little bit of extra line here for our power. We're going to have to step some things up. This will give us some additional options, though, for what we're going to do with our animals. In fact, because we are ranching, we can actually take down this entire section here. Deconstruct this, and we're going to make it so that as far as animals, we're going to allow males in here. In fact, we're going to allow everything in here. This is going to be an allow all, and that's just going to be the way that works out. I'm going to mark this for deconstruction. We're going to take these fences out as well. Take this gate out, deconstruct this. We're just going to have one big spot designed for this. And we're just going to set up some orders instead to auto-butcher animals that go beyond a certain amount. And that'll work out well for us in the end. Hopefully. We do need to make sure that handling animals is enabled for everybody who comes into our colony now. Just because this is all the basic stuff that we're going to have to do. Let's go over to numbers. Let's take a quick look at who has the best animal skills. Right now, Winter has the highest, followed by Redorna and Rock. All three of them do have a passion of some kind to it. And the biggest issue we were having before was considering making, I think it was Winter. We're considering making somebody a one of our big researchers. Maybe it was Rock. He had the highest intellectual. But the problem with doing that is that being a research specialist is going to end up in a scenario where we lose out on a lot of work that can be done. And unfortunately, that includes plant-based stuff, which was pretty important to us before. Since we're going to animals, that's going to be far less important. Let's take a look at the cassowaries. It's 2 mad cassowaries, 3 mad cassowaries. There's one up here too. Cassowaries are kind of nasty. They're going to cause us some problems. So let's double check here what our zones are. Hiding has everybody inside here, which is good. We're going to go ahead and toggle our emergency beacon on, which should be marked to put everybody into hiding. And that'll work out well. Let's go ahead and unpause this, make sure everybody stays inside. In fact, we're going to have everybody gear up into here. Winter's kind of slow. I'm really kind of worried that the cassowaries get to it. So we're just going to turn loose our animals, which is going to turn loose our claw dryads. Cassowary broke down the fence. That's not good. We'll have to repair that before things wander away. Bull number 2 has already started to wander. We have 4 cassowaries. Oh, there's 4 cassowaries. That's even worse than I thought it would be. We're going to pull everybody outside. Just get everybody up close. Oh, Winter's already down from the cassowary. How bad off is Winter? That's a power play. Scratched, but otherwise not bad. Mostly it's the fact that they're just in such a bad state overall. That's the big problem for them. But that is all of our hostels. So we're going to turn back off our emergency mode, de-gear and go everybody. We'll see how this goes. We really need these prioritized. And we need our animals brought back. There we go. So now our fences are put back in place. That's the important part. Oh, nope, there's another hole. Look at that. Okay, I missed that. After you attempt to recruit, please go work on that fence, please. Okay, there we go. Now we have our stuff back. That's the important part. And eventually they'll grab all those animals. Or some of the animals. Some. Maybe. Some. We'll go with some. We're probably going to lose some in the process. It is 22 here. What is our current deconstruction? Okay, well. We'll get stuff done. I'm trying not to make things too terribly difficult by manually controlling our pawns. We might have to do that eventually, though. Because we just simply don't have enough space. As far as research goes, we do have smithing, so we can make meat hooks, and we're going to have to do that. I was kind of hoping to get that taken care of after we got our food paste done, but we're going to go ahead and place one here. We'll leave it that way for now. I may go through and force people to do some work, because this is not assigned to deconstructing. Who is assigned to deconstructing? I just looked at this. We're doing our Roscoe in winter. Looks like winter is out here meditating. There we go. That's all done. Production. Nutrient paste dispenser. We're just going to place it right here. It's going to reform this wall once they build it. Come on, Roscoe. Oh, Roscoe, why did you walk away? Roscoe. Come on, prioritize it. You can do it. There we go. We'll turn our cold back on. Things will chill back out. We're going to mark these things to be hauled urgently. But we need some hoppers. And hoppers are used to hold machines. Or buy machines to hold things. So in this case, it's going to be where we stick our food, and then people in the front will have the ability to dispense food out the front and then go eat it. It'll work out well. We're going to expand this zone. We're going to copy it because by placing the nutrient paste dispenser here, we did kind of kill our storage for stone chunks. As you can see, the temperature on the far right on the bottom there says unroofed 20C. Inside it is 20C. And here it is negative 20C. And that's the way it should be. Now we've got the temperature taken care of. We have a lot of ambrosia. Winter's on a insulting spree. That's fine. We have nutrient paste. But let's double check real quick. Make sure that our food restrictions allow nutrient paste. They do allow nutrient paste meals. That's the important part. Winter's just consuming milk directly. Okay, well, that is what that is. We're getting really close to our power consumption, though, under load, which is unfortunate. And Roscoe is feeding. No, instead of feeding milk, please work on things. There we go. And we'll set this up for storage. Meat's going to be allowed, but not human meat. No vegetarian foods, though. And this is going to be a critical importance to be filled. We're also going to allow milk, eggs, not fertilized, but unfertilized eggs. And now that these are done, we're also going to take out vegetarian things and fertilized eggs as well. We will eventually turn the fertilized eggs back on, but for now, much lower priority task. Much lower priority task. No human corpses, only fresh animal corpses, and that'll solve that issue for us. We are set to butcher. We have this extra space now. We're going to uninstall that stool. We'll come back to that later. But people should be able to eat. Been too long since we slaughtered a large animal. Well, we need to set some of that up. Speaking of which, we did get Osseous in. Look at that. So Osseous has joined. Completely missed that. We're going to make this Osseous' bed, though. No, we're not. We're going to wait. We need to wait, get these moved over. We had this set up last time. Eventually I'll remember these things. But as far as work goes, Ocelus cannot do firefighting. They're not bad for a doctor. I'm going to crank all their stuff up. We're going to make sure that they do have handling animals set to a higher priority because that is going to be important for us. We're going to turn off harvesting. We're going to turn growing on for everybody just so everybody will plant because their skills don't really impact that any. They've got good mining. That's impressive. We'll have them crank that up to a higher level just on the off chance we need to actually do some mining. The nice thing is, because we're ranchers, fish count as meat. So we don't have to worry about that. So worst case scenario. Yeah, Marcian as well. Worst case scenario, all we have to do is turn a lot of the stuff back on, and then we're good. I'm going to turn nursing on for them. Crank these up as well. They've actually got some social skills, so we'll turn that on as well. Same thing with handle animals. Again, just need to prioritize that. Not necessarily the training, but the prioritization of everything else would be good to have. Let's go ahead and pull their construction up, turn their harvesting off, put a baseline grow in there. And we'll just set them the same as everybody else as far as that goes. We did a masterwork dresser, which is good. It does add a little bit boosted comfort to the room. So as far as Rock's room goes, that's going to work out pretty well. His comfort's now almost 100%. That's pretty solid. Comfort's important because it affects how quickly people regain back their rested state when they're sleeping. Apparently I missed a fence post. And we're going to relocate these down to here. The egg boxes are going to be where our birds lay eggs. And we're going to relocate our egg incubator as well. We have to build a new one, though. Flak armor is completed research. That's outstanding. We need that. We can start making some armor now. We should probably get some basic guns, just so we can get that taken care of. And then we're going to start moving towards more aggressive things as far as research goes for advancing our way up the tech tree. Just going to expand this grow zone out a little bit more for the hay. Yes, is this extra work? Absolutely. Is it something that's necessarily a bad deal? No. Because it's going to guarantee food. Because right now we're sitting here looking at, as far as food goes, we are still positive. We've got 24 and some change growth per day. It's a large pen. We're only using 12. But that's not a whole lot of animals either. We have a visitor. He can be traded with. That's outstanding. Who's our good trader? Numbers mod. Trade price improvements. Roscoe or Marcian? Where is our visitor? Roscoe, go trade with Kuro. We got this wall up finally. That's outstanding. We're going to sell all of these terrible weapons that we're not going to be using. It does improve, including the poor quality ones. It does improve our trading skill, which is good to have. And it makes us some money. If we have to, we can sell the ambrosia we've harvested. I'm not too terribly worried about that, though. They didn't really have anything that we needed, so we're just going to sell that stuff. That'll get it out of our way. We'll go from there. But now we've got 7 pawns, so we have some job duties. So who is our best researcher? turn on managing for Marcian, so they have a passion for it. That's going to work out well. So Redorna is our #1 researcher, but they're also our moral guide, so I don't want to make them the head researcher. Rock is our cook, so we don't want to make him the head researcher, because if we do that, we're going to completely run out of the ability to have good cooked food. And these are low skill tiers. It's not great, but we could have Winter do it. I kind of want to not, simply because, well, Winter's not in a good physical state. So we might make one of our new people the head researcher, just to get it done out of the way. Marcian, what else is Marcian good at? Marcian's good at smoothing things. Construction, they're not great. They've got some skill, though. He's really good at mining. But this will preclude mining. He also needs to have an intellectual of 6. So again, we come back to Rock or Redorna. So I think we're going to crank these down for these two. We're going to crank it up for Marcian. This is going to be like their top priority thing they do. They're not researching, somebody else will. It's going to slow down our research a little bit, but Marcian does not have a passion. No. I was mistaken. What's Scooter got? Scooter's still being converted. 0 intellectual. Well, as it is, we're going to go with it anyway. It's better than nothing. We'll go with it anyway. Gets us somewhere. And that's the important part. We're going to mark this for deconstruction. Eventually this one will be built and it'll be fine. And that's the important part. Before we get ready, we're going to go in here into management. We need to start setting up some management stuff. Right now we don't need to do dryads because that's irrelevant. Oh, we already set these up. Haha, we already set these up. So we're in a good spot. Right now, as far as alpaca go, we're going to limit it to a total of a max of 7. Oh, this is a short quest. Infestation of hives. We get somebody to join us. Do we want them to join us or not? You know what? We'll do it. As soon as that happened, we had a hare become the target of a cobra. Why is this? How did that get broken? Did Roscoe blew up the gate. Roscoe. Oh, Roscoe. Roscoe. Who are our plant cutters? Roscoe and Ari. Well, Roscoe, you're there. Ari's over here. She's sowing hay grass. I need you to go prioritize cutting those 2 trees. And I need you to go prioritize notice how to construct. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. Still needs more wood. How much more wood do you need for this? 25. We're seriously out of wood. We're out of wood. That's a big problem because that's going to mean we're going to be out of power and we're going to have no cooled things. We're going to have no nutrient paste for dispensing. So let's come in here. The 2 new people who joined us are also going to start working on cutting or harvesting plants. But we really need... We really need some of this stuff taken care of. We have rent. So there's that. Rin has decent cooking, so he can have a secondary cook, and he's got some animal skills. These are good. Doesn't have any research ability. Well, has a little bit of research ability, but crank the skills up where we need them to be. Handling animals is good. Training animals they can also do. Cooking they can also do. Which means we can turn down Roscoe way low on that. Nah, I guess we can leave it that way. Higher priority butchering. We're going to turn off butchering on winter. Don't need him to hunt. We don't need him to harvest. We do need him to grow, though. We're going to turn on art for you. We have a lot of art. We're going to leave it off. We don't need it that much. So many angry cobra. Kill the chinchilla. That quick already. We have to build walls. We have to build walls. We don't really have a choice around it at this point. And we need to get this thing fixed. So Ari, please go. Those are cuts, not what we need. We need harvests. Helps if I actually tell them to do the right task. That does help. Back into manager, take a look here. As far as that goes, we are currently doing anywhere on the map. Supposedly there's 414 wood somewhere. I don't know where it is, though. I wonder if there is a cave back in here somewhere that has a whole bunch of messed up wood. Maybe that's what's going on. Because we just don't have any marked. And we're going to go in here now as well. We do have some bricks. We're going to take some slate. We're going to build another slate wall. We're going to build it... We're going to build it off here. Swamp. More swamp. That's okay. We can work with this. We'll build some walls there that'll keep things that are hostile from coming in up above. We'll replace this with a normal door once that's done. And we're going to make a new zone. Make a new zone. We're going to rename it. We're going to call it trees, and we're going to stick it over here. And we're just going to mark this so that everything in our manager task that's set here, we're going to say it's got to be in trees that you have to mark to cut things. We've already got one to clearing the home area, which is not very small. It's pretty decently sized. I'm going to come up here and expand it a little bit, though, just so it does include these walls in case they get attacked and damaged. Which is the exact same thing here, because we do have some granite damage. we may need to deal with that eventually, but we'll deal with that when we get there. I'm still waiting for these bugs to show up. We were supposed to have bugs show up, weren't we? Oh, in 4 days. Okay, so we've got another almost 3 days almost. That's not too bad. Back in manager, back into animals. So alpaca, we're limited to a max of 7. We currently have 6. Chinchilla, we're limited. Cows, we're limited. Hares. Okay, so we've already got a lot of the stuff set up, which is good. We'll automatically... Well, a torturer named Tommy has arrived and wants to join the colony. He's willing to contribute, but will not leave voluntarily. Sure. We'll take it. Why not? Let's take a look at Tommy here. He has an artery blockage in his heart. That's not great. But it is what it is. We're going to have to convert him over to our new belief system. He's a fast-learning psychopathic wimp. I mean, that's good for fighting. I don't know that I like the rest of that, though. Maybe we'll make him... He's got intellect 4. Maybe what we'll do is we'll turn Marcian off research. Where's Tommy? We need to convert Tommy, but I think he's going to be our big researcher. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Turn off harvesting. Let's turn off the rest of the stuff because it's not going to matter for later on anyway. And set that up, and set that up. Actually, we're going to leave hauling at a 3. Because he'll do research first. So he should theoretically take care of that for us first. This is way down here in the back end of nowhere, and we're not going to bother with it because that's a long walk for everybody involved. These flash storm, though. So much fire. But right now, Tommy is our only person who is not a member of our ideology. Do you still have Scooter, who is, a prisoner, but that's about it. We're going to go ahead and reinstall this here. Unfortunately, we don't have enough rooms. We've got to build more rooms. In fact, I think what we're going to do is we're going to change the layout up just a little bit. Brenda's on a food binge because ravenously hungry. Well, you did show up super hungry. You drink that cubic meter of milk. You go. Need to be paying attention to make sure. Why are people... Well, Ren's is going to drink the raw milk. But is everybody else actually eating? Is everybody else eating like they're supposed to? There we go. Winter grabs some. So 8 non-meat. I wonder... what that deviation was, because we did have some meals left. It is always possible that the nutrient paste isn't actually counting. Can't see the type of nutrient paste meal they're eating. But they don't have... Did not eat meat. Now they have... Okay, so I guess we can't... Oh, I thought we were going to be able to cheat that and we're not. That's unfortunate. Well... We'll see. Because the colonist will track if insect meat or human meat is used in the nutrient paste. It's interesting that they won't track the nutrient paste if it... for other food types. What if there's a mod for that? Just make them subsist off the pink slime caused by meat. We have another disease. Except this one actually is running through all of our people. That's not great. We still have no recent slaughter. Not quite sure how. Body size 0 or a lot higher. Let's go down here and take a look at the body size. So this is 2.4. What does a chicken have for body size? 0.3. I mean, 0 body size or above. We'll see how it goes. Eventually this will be fixed. Gonna mark some of this for uninstallation. We need to expand out our barracks some, or we just need to make one big barracks, and we could do that. We have 9 people now. 10 once Scooter finally gets converted over. The conversion's not going too fast, though. Iron-willed. That'll be a hard one to do because he's iron-willed. We might have to do something like make some propaganda statues to stick in his cell. See if we can speed that up a little bit. We'll get there. Get there eventually. This has been fixed up here. So we're going to go up here to structure and replace this with a different door. We're going to go with a steel door because it is on the north side of the property. And you know what? I think we're actually going to leave the fence up. Because if somebody does attack us and they blow up the wall, that fence will still be there, and they should theoretically hop over the fence and not break containment. So that just means we have to worry about down here. I think we're going to do something like replace the fencing here with more slate walls so people can't come in that way. So anybody to attack us either has to breach a wall in the north, which is possible, come in by the river, or come in from the south up through this way. So we can focus on using this for defensive zones. I feel like that message about body size is bugged because we did just kill an alpaca. Maybe there's a ritual for it. That might be. Nope. No, we do not have that, so it's not that. There's just something very weird going on. We have all of this corn that we can't do literally anything with. Oh no. Well, there's a lot of angry alpacas. We'll see how that goes. There's also a lot of capybara. Alright, so we're coming down here. Ari, where are you? You're harvesting a tree. We're going to draft you and turn your animals loose. Gonna pull everybody back. Or maybe we're not. And Roscoe's just gonna, you know, is what it is. But he's not bleeding out, that's the important part. Ari is so slow. We're going to pull her back. Hopefully she won't be shot too many times. There we go. They're not bleeding out. But, you know, they are bleeding. We'll see how this goes. We'll unpause things. 8 nutrient paste, and he does not like that. Well, too bad for you. Too bad for you, sir. Too bad indeed. All right, let's take... we need some better storage. So let's take some shelving and put it in here. It's a lot of wood. We'll be able to have it, though. It'll work out. We do need to get this pin fixed, though. Roscoe collapsed while feeding Marcian. That manipulation because, ooh, this is not good. Where's Redorna? Redorna, go preach health over, Roscoe here. Rescue Roscoe. And then preach health over Roscoe. Roscoe's asleep. Roscoe. Okay, well. I'm going to leave this for the moment. Work on that blueprint. Get it taken care of. Get the fence fixed. So at least we got something going on. And we're not constantly hemorrhaging animals everywhere. Roscoe's still asleep. Roscoe died because of plague. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh. Well, you know, we got... I completely forgot about the plague, to be perfectly honest with you. On the bright side, we now have lots of bedrooms. Look at that. So many bedrooms now. And just in time for... Oh, they're all in there. That's not good. So... Alright, turn your attack animals loose. See if they can get in front of a lot of this stuff. I think we're done. We're done. All right. Well, there's that. Oh, and there's Marcian showing up. Okay. Well, you can undraft now. You can undraft now. So we went from 9 back down to 6. Winter is still incapacitated, but has developed plague immunity. I don't understand how Winter, who is basically falling apart due to age, survived the plague and nobody else did. I still don't quite understand that. But it is what it is. Let's take a look at our workload here. What do we no longer have that we need to have? Tommy is still going to be our research master. We just need to get Tommy converted. $4.89. So let's get another research going on. We have some gunsmithing. Let's start working on microelectronics. So we need to eventually get things that we need for our ideologies. And as post-humanists, some of those things include things like biosculpting and bioregeneration, which they're going to start requiring the bigger our colony gets. So we kind of need to try to get ahead of that some. But that is what that is. Unfortunate, but is what it is. have a whole bunch of stuff just deteriorating. We need robots. The way to get to robots is also the same path. Microelectronics, all the way up to fabrication, which allows us to start producing our own robots, which we can use low-tier robots at that point to be the bulk labor for a lot of things then, and that'll fix a lot of problems. It'll work out well. But I think that's going to be where we leave things for today. Interesting. Gained some people, lost some people, started working on some stuff. Weren't able to cheat the system as well as we thought, but ranching is up and running. And with our next, we need to build some more stuff here. With our next stuff, we will start working towards pushing some things out a little bit further. So, hope you enjoyed this little section. If you did, please click the like button. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Would appreciate it. Gets you notifications, gets me to show up on your feed, and helps the channel to grow as well. The full mod list, as always, is down in the description, as is a link to the Discord server if you'd like to come drop by and chat. Hope you have a wonderful day. Stay safe, and as always, stay goose.